stopping by and speaking with us. That's the word, the optimistic word coming in from JP Morgan. They're positive on India, but in the US markets, they expect to see a 10% correction in the near term. For the market as a whole, it's absolutely flat, so not done anything much on the headline index, but individual pockets are doing well. Anuj, one day it's tires, next day it's textiles, the third day it's something else, and today I think the day belongs to property and textile stocks.
Yeah, you know, we remember, Sonia, there was a time when all the Govinda movies used to do really well, and the thinking was that, you know, just you leave your head and just go out and enjoy. I think right now the market is going through that frame of mind. You know, you don't argue about rationality, about
but you know what
surging.
comes after that, right?
That's it. That's of course that will come, and of course, you know, it's not, you know, you can always exit on time, but you know, that's what's happening right now. I mean, look at the way Raymond, Century Textiles, all these kind of stocks are surging just because of land play. You know, the quasi land plays again coming back. Good till it lasts. But that's how it is. That's
so are you trying to infer that this could be irrational exuberance in the market, or we haven't reached that phase just yet?
I think in the mid caps we certainly have, Sonia. There's absolutely no doubt about that. You know, of course, these things will happen now. You know, a lot of stocks will rally 8-10% intraday. Good if you you know, you have to participate in these, but with the knowledge that you know the risks are also high. But that's equity market.
Like someone said. At a time like this, if there's a big party, you party, but you stand at the door just getting ready to exit the party. All right, we'll wind down Bazaar on that note, but we'll leave you with a CNBC TV18 exclusive. India is talking tough on the stringent visa regime in the US. My colleague Rituparna Bhuyan spoke to Commerce Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. She told him that India is well within its right to move a multilateral body like the World Trade Organization. Thanks for watching Bazaar.
We find that many of the countries have not really kept by the word which is part of the agreement in fulfilling professional movements. So it's now become a bit of a worry, and those issues are now being moved as an agenda for review, which is not actually ideal situation. So instead of being part of an agreement which gets fulfilled, we find that they are not being fulfilled. On the contrary, they are also becoming agenda for the next review. So it is somewhat hurting. It is somewhat disappointing that in spite of the agreements, when it comes to services, we find that countries have raised all kinds of objections, and which were not perceived during the signing of the agreement per se. So countries who probably have benefited by free trade, I granted that it's a very relative term, to what extent free is free. Countries which have professed free trade today are the ones who are also talking about increased protectionism. Countries like India, which have always begun from a very low base, have been cautious as to how much they can open up. Today, when we have a strength in the services sector, the benefits of a free trade are not accruing for us, and therefore it is a big challenge. So it's a question of, do you subscribe to free trade? Yes, we do, but each country has its own definition of to what extent is free. So on services, it is a challenge in every negotiation.
Right. Ma'am, I have a couple of questions regarding United States. It's our biggest trading partner. A lot of investments come from US. Now, if you have seen specific comments being made on companies from right at the top level after a US administration, so do we then see hardening of stand from both India and US when it comes to US-India trade relationship? And if push comes to a shove, will India be open to taking trade remedial measures if India's interests in their markets get hampered?
There are a few things which you have put all together into one question. A commercial dispute or a commercial commercial questioning of any particular company is something into which I wouldn't ever enter. It is a commercial contract, and if the contract, the terms are not fulfilled, a commercial issue may arise, and that could be between the two partners solved. But on the issue of free trade related matters, or on the issue of trade related matters, on the issue of, let us say, visa, even as I would grant it that it is the prerogative of each country to decide on their visa, but when it comes to the question of such categorized silos of visa which are committed by the two countries, the commitment will have to be kept up. And if the commitment is for some reason being withdrawn, certainly India will be well within its rights. That is, well after talking and using every method to approach and have a negotiation, India will be well within its right to seek remedy through a multilateral institution like the WTO.
Corporate Radar brought to you by Tata Hexa and Quality Zindagi Non-Stop.
मोतीलाल ओसवाल म्यूचुअल फंड देख परख कर क्वालिटी स्टॉक्स चुनता है। कैसे? बाय राइट का राज है QGLP, और इन स्टॉक परफॉर्मेंस का पोटेंशियल पूरा होने के लिए हम करते हैं सिट टाइट।
पूछिए अपने म्यूचुअल फंड से सिर्फ एक सवाल, क्या उसमें है प्रोसेस का कमाल? Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme related documents.